Hey guys, how's it going? So today is an exciting day for a few reasons. Number one, we are planting bulbs, a whole bunch of them. So bulbs that you plant in the fall that bloom in the spring. We are going to be focusing on snowdrops, a few daffodils, some anemones, and possibly a few tulips if we make it that far. I'm not sure if we will, but it's a beautiful afternoon today. It's overcast. It feels very fall. The second reason I'm excited is that our friends Gabe and Katie are here to help us plant. They live in the Seattle area. They were part of the group that helped us plant the whole college this spring. They were here last fall to help us plant bulbs, and they are here again. And it's always fun to have friends for this type of project. So here is a look at what we've got ahead of us today. Here are all the bulbs. A lot of them are smaller. All of these came from Color Blends, which is one of the two places I get my bulbs from typically. So Color Blends is my parents' garden center. And I'm always really happy with the selection and the size of the bulbs, the quality, and all that. We've had really good luck with them. We did do a full video of my whole order because we're not planting all that we have here in the barn waiting to go in the ground today. We won't have time to do it all today. So we're going to break it up into manageable size chunks. We've also got our bulb tone fertilizer, which we'll toss in every hole, and a whole bunch of different augers. Augers are an absolute game changer when it comes to planting bulbs, especially if you're planting a lot of them. Bulb planting is hard work. So the way I like to do it, these are actually my favorites. They are the Laura Edition augers right here. The difference between these and the standard power planters is that the flighting or the metal parts at the end are much shorter. I can dig the same exact holes I need to, but they're way lighter, having less metal on them. So we will have these linked below, and 10% off these, you guys, just the augers. Anyway, you can see that these are 36 inches long versus like the 7-inch long one. Definitely cheaper route here, and some people actually prefer to have a shorter one, which, you know, more power to you. However you like to do the job and whatever makes it easier for you. But my method is to go along, zip all my holes in the ground, then go along with my bag of fertilizer and sprinkle fertilizer in. Then I go with my bag of bulbs and just start throwing bulbs at the holes. And it's not until the very end that I get down on my hands and knees and make sure the bulbs are facing the right direction and cover over them with soil. So I only have to get down on the ground one time. And when you're planting a lot of bulbs, it makes it so much easier. Now you do want to make sure, we do have questions about drill type. For the smaller augers, you want to make sure you have at least an 18 or a 20 volt drill, like this one right here. For the great big augers, you know, we do use like 7 and 9-inch augers from time to time when we're planting larger shrubs. You need to have the 60 volt, they're bigger drills. So this right here is my exact setup, minus the battery. I need to go grab one. But the 20 volt drill, the handle is really nice to have too. It just gives you extra leverage, and it just makes it easier. And then the 36-inch Laura Edition auger, this happens to be the 3-inch size one on the drill right now. Anyway, I just wanted to go through all the tools and all of that before we get started. Here's one of the 2-inch ones in the 7-inch size. Really nice. And you notice that I'm standing in the pond area. We're going to be planting 3 different varieties here. We've got Thalia daffodils, which I love, and they look a little bit more dainty and not so commanding as some of the larger daffodils with bright colors. They're beautiful white. And then we also have snowdrops, because I want some nice early color out here. We've got some blue shades anemones, which are absolutely gorgeous and they're so beautiful. The color is so pure. So yeah, that's anemones, snowdrops, and daffodils are going here. And then we've got grape hyacinths to go out in the orchard. So the way I think we're going to go about this is really no structured way. I don't really want there to be any big, large drifts in this area. I kind of want it to look more hit and miss, a little bit more natural. So like, you know, maybe popping 3 daffs behind this rock and then maybe like 7 behind another one, and kind of just going around the area and doing little bunches here and there. Of course, the shorter things, the snowdrops and anemones, will kind of put toward edges a little bit more, and the daffs will be sited a little bit further away from the edges of borders, but I think it's going to be just gorgeous. We even have the fire going right now for ambiance. Hey bud, you got your snacks and your tools. Yep. Where's everyone else?
We're in the barn.
In the barn? Let's go get them. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody said yes.
Perfect.
Did you remember to mention 10% off?
Did I mention
Gotta
that?
promote the store.
10% off the augers, not the drills, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
right, guys, just a little update. We've got all the daffodils in the ground and they are spread throughout this whole area, just in little groupings. Some are larger than others. And then we went in with anemones, which I said we weren't going to do any large drifts. And then I got to thinking about how beautiful it would be to have all of those blue anemones in the same location. Don't laugh at me.
I said we weren't going to do drifts until I realized how beautiful a drift would look.
Well, of course. So all of the blue anemones, all of them, 800 of them.
It'll look nice.
It's gonna look gorgeous. So it's not technically on the inside. It's all on this outer part of this berm, and there are a few drifts of the daffodils in here as well. It's just gonna be so pretty. And then the snow drifts are, a lot of them are just kind of tucked around the edges of beds and toward the front part here. You can see where Gabe and Katie are right now. They're kind of hugging these rocks over here. We're doing 2 bulbs per hole. Would you like to demonstrate? One of you guys?
Can't really see these holes, but
Good enough.
1,
2. Pointy side up. Perfect. You can see all the bulb tone, kind of that whiter looking substance that smells really delicious. Russell likes it. So the Thalia daffodils bloom mid-season. These snowdrops bloom very early, and the anemones are early through mid-season. So we should have some overlap. It's going to be so pretty. And this is kind of the starting point. You know, when you put bulbs in, you kind of want to start with just a few varieties and then see how it looks in the spring, and then either fill in with those same varieties or maybe add a few other little accent things. But I think kind of focusing in on blues and whites will be really nice. So after we're all finished up here, we're going to head out to the orchard next. All right, guys, we just finished up the pond area. That's 1,700 bulbs in this space. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited to see what it looks like next spring. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we're going to head out to the orchard next. So we've got the muscari or grape hyacinths right here. And these are a small bulb, 3 inches deep and 2 inches apart. So I think we can do 2 per hole if we use the 3-inch auger. And these, of course, they bloom blue. They smell wonderful, really sweet. And they grow about 5 to 7 inches tall. We have a bunch of them already in here. In fact, I think we planted a bunch with you guys last year. We did a bunch of bulb planting out here. They were so beautiful, and I enjoyed them so much. We did mow them down when they were still fairly green. We didn't let them die completely back. So I'm hoping to amp up the amount we have in here. I'm guessing that they'll still come up.
then you'll just have a lot this
So we'll just have a whole bunch in here. So we're going to just aug holes right in the grass, put a couple bulbs per hole, and really this shouldn't take very long. Let's see, 1,000 bulbs, 2 per hole.
500
holes. 500 holes. Okay, so 250 per side. We can do this. We are done. It looks like we've just done a tremendous amount of work out here, doesn't it? Looks about the same as when we started. Honestly, when we were auging the holes, I kind of thought, well, is this going to be kind of a mess in the end? But it's not. I mean, this soil will settle back down into the grass and you won't even notice where we were. And it was nice because there was kind of like little natural openings in the grass, and I tried to hit those for holes rather than try to go in where it's thicker. So we didn't tear up a bunch of the grass in this area. It still looks really nice. So again, 1,000 great hyacinths in this area, along with the other things. We have snake's head fritillaria. We have the woodland blend mix from Color Blends in this area, which is a mix of beautiful things. There's crocus and daffodils. There's some other variety of daffs I can't remember. Do you guys remember what varieties we planted last year?
No.
We were talking about it. They're like, how many did we put?
No. Yeah.
We planted 1,500 tulips.
Yeah.
Out in the South Garden last year after we did the orchard project. They're such good sports. Oh my goodness.
It was fun.
Honestly, like, augers make the job really nice, but getting together a bulb planting party, that's the way to
A lot more fun.
that is the way to do it. You guys are awesome. So anyway, guys, that is it for today. We will have another bulb planting video here probably soon. We've got to get the area cleared out, and we've got some tulips and daffodils that are really pretty that I'm excited about, but that was our first big push, and we got 2,700 bulbs in the ground today. Something really fun to look forward to for next spring. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you're having a great day, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.